Well, Danny, I mean, we're used to seeing you guys win with the high-powered offense, and tonight it seemed like you really leaned on your defense. I'm sure that the size of the field and whatnot, maybe dictates some of that. But what did you see from your guys to really grind that out over 90 minutes and get the win the way they did?
No, that listen, that game went exactly the way that we anticipated. The players' execution of the game plan, I was extremely proud of. We worked on very similar pictures on Thursday. Obviously, leading into the game this weekend, I can't say enough of my group tonight. It was an absolute battle. We defended the box well. Guys left everything that they could on the field. We're playing at altitude on the road. After the game on Tuesday, just I mean, probably one of the games I'm most proud of this season up to this point. A lot to learn from as well, and a lot for us to take away from.
How much of a concentration was the defense? It's just been a while since you all had a clean sheet. I know that there's a lot of circumstances there, but how proud are you of them to get back to a shutout tonight?
We spent 2 out of the 3 days of training this week on the defensive shape and pictures that you saw tonight. So that again, I have a group that's able to take that information in a short period of time. Maybe play a little bit different style of play given the circumstances of being on the road, a baseball field at altitude, hot. But we talk a ton, as a staff and as a group about no excuses. It's one of our values. We make sure that the guys understand that it doesn't matter where we go or what the elements are. Our expectation is we can come here and get the job done, and the players take that messaging on board, and then obviously they execute. So full credit to them because tonight they have a lot to be proud of.
As far as the goal, we saw Jansen Wilson right place, right time, but for him to be in that place when you had him playing a little farther up the field tonight, can you take us through that decision and what you saw in that moment, as well as maybe how one goal in this sort of game really changes things on both sides?
Yeah, look, I think Jansen has the attributes and the tools to play wingback, to play higher up the field. He did so in college. We obviously utilized him a little bit against Frankfurt. We wanted to see what that looked like. But he's a versatile player. He's somebody that is going to run. He's going to do the dirty work, and he wants to score goals. And so, when we looked at it was an opportunity to get him minutes higher up the field, and we felt that obviously he's been training well. We were happy with his performance. His performances really every time he's come off the bench. And so for us, um, he has a lot to be proud of his performance tonight. But for us, it was somebody that we felt could give us what we needed, and we felt he did that.
And as far as, one goal, does that make New Mexico press a little bit or make them play a little bit differently when I think both teams are so desperate to get the first one in this sort of game?
Yeah, I think so, but I also think it leaves them vulnerable in transition. If we had a little bit more quality in the final third there after we went up 1-0 in the second half, I think we could have got a second and a third. T has a very good chance there. I thought we also played good football in the second half from certain moments. Um, and so really there wasn't one phase of the game that I was unhappy with tonight with the group. I think it was a complete performance.
Yeah, you mentioned, I mean, part of the game, it felt like from maybe the 50th minute to around the 75th. I mean, it was some of the best soccer that you all have played this season. I mean, how much are you going to enjoy going back and looking at that film, just kind of knowing how hard you all work on a daily basis?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it back. Try to, you know, Jason booked the 5:15 a.m. flight, so I'll try to get some work done on the airplane. But I am looking forward to watching it back. I think there's going to be good pictures with the ball. I think there's going to be a lot to learn from defensively in a positive way that should give the boys confidence that in games when we need to dig deep and close the game out, we can do it that way. But there's also games where you've seen us do it the other way, where we're pressing high and not allowing the opponent time. So this was a big growth moment, I think, for the group, and something that we take seriously.
I think this three-game stretch, starting with tonight, was one that a lot of people have circled, just with you all playing New Mexico, then Sacramento, then Charleston in a row. How have you handled that with the team? Is it one game at a time, or have you talked about this being a crucial three games and all?
No, I think that's for you all to talk about. Every opponent in this league is difficult, especially when you're going on the road. And Sacramento is going to be a tough opponent, just like Charleston will be. But our focus is on Sacramento now and the next game. That's all that we can control, and making sure that we prepare the players as best as we can. Um, that's what becomes most important.